Hello there friends, my name is Victoria Mora. Welcome to Release of the Day. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can keep up with the newest trends in the world of indie artists. Hello there friends, I'm so happy to be here with you. Joining us tonight a very talented and very interesting musician. Hello!
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, always great. When I have nice artists for interview, it's always fantastic. And are you ready to begin?
Yeah.
And then, first of all, please introduce yourself. What's your name and where are you from?
Yeah. My name is Lukefrees. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. And that's where I live currently. Yeah, Chicago in the U.S. So that's where I am now. It's 10 a.m. right now.
Oh wow! Good morning. Good morning. And what is the genre of your music?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of a cross between like Americana, singer-songwriter, and rock music. A lot of my heroes are like David Bowie and Jeff Buckley and Nina Simone. So that's kind of the triangle that I kind of live in between.
Oh wow, nice. And what is your favorite movie or TV series?
Movie or TV series? Oh, that's a good question. Okay, actually, my favorite show right now is Peaky Blinders. I'm not sure if you've seen it. It's a Netflix show about a gang in Birmingham in the 1920s, and so but they use the theme song is "Red Right Hand" by Nick Cave, and it's cool because every single episode has like a different version of that, a different cover, different kind of, and so. Actually, for one of my singles that's going to be coming out pretty soon, I did my own version of Red Right Hand because I'm such a big fan of that show. So, yeah, so probably that.
Wow, very interesting. And what book would you recommend reading?
Ooh, what book? That's a good question. Let me think. I would say Island by Aldous Huxley. That's probably my favorite book, at least right now. Aldous Huxley is such a great writer. That was his last book, and it's sort of a utopian society that gets kind of that gets trampled on by Western society, and it's a really good cautionary tale about the dangers of colonialism and imperialism, and it's really well written. So that's probably my favorite book right now, at least.
Oh wow, very particular actually. Not easy reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, but very nice, good. And what is your motto in life?
My motto in life, I don't know. I have a bunch of sticky notes on my wall that are just like it's just sort of the one that I just now noticed is "Don't lose your hat." Although I'm not wearing my hat today, but when I'm on stage, I'm like, I have a tendency to go a little too hard on stage sometimes, and like I used to do that, especially when I was in my like hard rock band when I was in college, and I would like always like drop my glasses or I'd lose my hat or like and it's like that's how you know you're going too hard, I think, and so like. Pulling back and just always, having like a little bit reserved so you have a little bit more to give, knowing your limits. I think that's like good. That's my motto. At least that's the one that I just looked at. So I don't know. Doesn't sum everything up, but
it's very interesting explanation actually, not just something, but this meaning. It's your motto have a deep meaning, especially for you, and I think for other people it will be interesting too. And next question, what is your favorite dish and your favorite drink?
Good question. My favorite dish is Well, I'm vegan, so I don't eat meat. I don't eat animal products. So and the other day I made an oyster mushroom stir fry thing. It was like a Buddha bowl with like rice and oyster mushrooms. That was really, really good. My favorite drink, I love sparkling water. Sparkling water is, it's pretty much every night I'm just like one after the other.
Oh, nice, nice. And how do you start your morning? Do you have maybe some morning routine or something like that?
Yeah, I actually do. Yeah, the first thing I do is I meditate, and then I do object writing, which is like where you pick an object. I have a book full of prompts. This morning, it was the first snowfall, and so what you do is you take this object, and then you write about it for 5 minutes. You set a timer, and even if you're in the middle of a sentence or a word, even like when the timer goes off, you stop. And the thing is that you're supposed to write using as many different senses as possible. So your sense of sight, smell, taste, how the snow sounds, because it's like, yeah, you can describe how it looks, but like, you don't really think about, or like smell, like you don't think about how snow smells until someone asks you. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I could kind of use that to describe. So that's super helpful. And I do that for, 5 minutes every morning. And then I kind of go on, and it really helps wake me up, just from like a songwriting standpoint. I'm usually able to dive a little bit deeper and articulate things a little bit better, if I've done that.
Wow, very interesting. Object writing for 5 minutes every day.
Yeah.
Wow, in the morning. It's fantastic. Yeah. I think with this you can grow with your creativity, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's why I got it because I studied songwriting in college, and one of my biggest like influences, one of my professors was like, you need to do this. And if you do this, it will change the way you write, and it will change the way that you see the world. He was super dramatic, but he was right. It totally, you like focus in on way more things throughout from just kind of casual day-to-day life when you do it. So yeah.
Wow, very, very nice. And for how many years you have this practice?
I really started doing it when I first started taking songwriting classes with him. So that was like 2018. So pretty much every morning since then. I've taken like breaks. There have been kind of a few, like if things get really busy or I'm on vacation or doing something else, then I don't keep up with it. But more or less every morning since 2018.
Wow, fantastic. Really, really fantastic. It's good recommendation for everyone who want to grow with creativity to do object writing.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. If you could have one superpower, which would you choose?
I would say maybe the ability to read minds. I don't know though. That's kind of that's invasive though. I don't know. Never mind. Not that.
No.
I don't know. Maybe go invisible. I feel like I'd like to go invisible because I have like social anxiety. So there are times when I'm like at a function or a party and I'm just like, I just don't want to be seen anymore. So maybe that.
Oh, nice. Because I think if you can read the mind, maybe it's not so interesting. You know already everything.
You got all the answers, right? And also, it's like, I don't know, maybe there's some, I would not like it if someone could read my mind. Like, there are things that I don't say that I just think, and that's good,
Nice. Okay, next question. Are you a cat person or a dog person, or do you prefer other animals?
Good question. Actually, one of my cats is
I saw. Yeah.
Her name's
Right
Anne.
before this question.
Yeah. But I grew up with dogs, so I don't really. It's like Beatles or the Stones. It's like I like them both for different reasons. So yeah, I have 2 cats. I don't have any dogs right now, but I grew up with dogs. My parents had dogs, and my dad was allergic to cats, so. They're just different. It's sort of, again, comparing Beatles to the Rolling Stones, it's hard to do that, I think. Yeah.
Okay. And if you could spend a day with a historical character, Who would you choose?
Ooh, fictional or real life?
Whatever you want.
Uh,
Historical.
yeah, I guess I don't know. It'd be maybe interesting to see. Now all that's coming to mind are like musicians. I obviously I'd love to hang out with Bowie, but but other like historical figures. I feel like you know what? Hanging out with Salvador Dali would be really interesting. I don't know if we would like always see eye to eye, but I would love to understand a little bit more of where he's coming from with a lot of his work. I know his talk about the dreams is something that I've been super interested in lately. He's like he talks about the dream state and pulling things from your dreams and using that in your art. And that's something that I'd like to explore a little bit more. So talking about it from the guy who said it, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Interesting. And now we are back to music. Which artist influenced you most of all?
I think Bowie. I think David Bowie. Yeah.
Possible to understand. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Okay. And which of the new artists from 2020, for example, is more interesting for you?
Yeah, like current artists.
Yeah, now there's a lot of new artists.
Yeah, you know, my favorite band right now is a band called Big Thief, and so they're actually, I don't know where they're based. They were from New York, but now they're kind of all over the place, and they are a really really good indie rock band, and I think Adrienne Lenker she's my favorite guitarist, probably my favorite living songwriter, and just the band as a whole supports her songwriting in a way that not a lot of bands are able to do these days. I think they do a really good job supporting it in a way that doesn't take away from the song itself. It's really like it's serving the song. It's not doing flashy things to like kind of show off or anything like that. It's all in service of the song, and so I think they're a really good group. Yeah.
Oh, nice. And if I ask you to describe your music in a sentence, or even better, in a word.
Yeah. Oh, in a sentence or in a word? Maybe nostalgic.
Nostalgia.
I think, at least right now, a lot of the music that I'm writing is looking in the past. Not like musically, but just sort of lyrically, and it's very reflective. So that's probably nostalgic. Yeah.
Okay. And what is your music creation process?
Yeah, I start, well, I used to start with just the lyrics. I used to be super lyric driven, like Leonard Cohen, Tom Waits, like those were my kind of heroes. And then after a certain point, I kind of realized that all of the really good songs that I was writing, the music and the lyrics just happened at the same time. I'm very like of the like Prince philosophy, that where it's like you might write 9 songs, 9 out of 10 songs no one's ever gonna see. Like and you got to do that because 9 out of 10 songs aren't gonna be your best 10%. And so because of that, like I think that the 10%, the 1 out of 10 of every song that I wrote that was really good, music and the lyrics happened at the same time. So now I'm trying to like kind of zero in on that process a little bit more and coming up with both the music and the lyrics at the same time. And so yeah, so I'll start with that, and then I'll make a demo in Pro Tools, and then I'll start producing it, and then and then send it off to my mastering guy, and that's it.
Yes, every time is different.
Yeah,
it is. I think it's the same all the time. And do you believe more in natural talent or in hard work?
Hard work, for sure.
Hard work.
I think I I got a leg up because I have perfect pitch, and I'm like I was able to pick up on piano when I was a kid very quickly. But the downside to that is that you don't learn hard work, and so you might shoot up this far, you know, and people will be like super compliment, and then you get really egotistical about it. You're like, oh wow, I'm great, I'm 7 and I'm awesome. And then because you've never actually put in the legwork, then by the time you're 8, 9, 10, 11, everyone's better than you. And so that was a hard lesson for me, because then and maybe it wasn't that early, it was probably more in like high school when it really started to kick in. In college, definitely, because everyone was so talented. I was like, oh, you actually do have to work. And I noticed that a lot of the people who maybe didn't have it as easy from the beginning were doing way better than me, because they knew the process of working hard. And so, yeah, I would say that's
Hard work.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and now if you can please sing to us 15-second one of your favorite song.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, here.
Wow, nice.
Actually, wait, hold on. Let me do this.
Okay.
Just grab this. Let's see. I'll start most of the time, since we were just talking about that. So this is the single that I put out in November, and it's another kind of nostalgic one. But anyway, this is how it goes. Sick distractions, heated reactions. I don't think I started the fight. We're not hiding tears, our vision's unclear of who's in the wrong and the right. And day after day, they get further away, the memories of all of our nights. Inside jokes forgotten, and in trying to hold on, I think about you most of the time.
Oh, nice. Very beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Very nice. And tell to us about your music project and your future plans.
Yeah, my plan right now, I've put out albums before, but I think that singles are probably a better way to hold people's attention these days, especially for a relatively unknown artist like myself. So I've been putting out a single a month since November. So that was the first single that kicked it off. That was most of the time, and then I did one in December, and then there's one coming out on Friday. That's January's single, and then I'm gonna keep going this year, and hopefully build on the snowball with just one single at a time. Yeah.
It's like every month you have a new single.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Very nice.
Thank you.
And actually, we are going to the end of the interview.
Okay. Yeah.
And now, please let our audience know where they can listen to your music, which platforms you can be found on, and do you have website?
Yes, of course. So you can check my music out on Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, pretty much all the streaming services. Yep, and I'm most active on Instagram. So that's lukefrees, Frees, and my Instagram handle is lukefrees, Froze, because I'm stupid and I love puns. And then I have a website, lukefrees.net. That's got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. And I want to tell you thank you so much for your time, for this amazing interview. I really like it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
And what song are we going to listen to now?
Do you want to listen to Most of the Time?
Yes, and what is the song about?
Yeah, this song is this is a breakup song. So this is about the memories and the kind of the saddest part of the breakup is where you realize that all of those inside jokes and all of those references that you two shared, they're gonna disappear because the two of you aren't around to share them with each other anymore. So so it's about holding on to those because you value them, but also maybe at some point it's time to let them go. So that's what this is about.
Thank you so much. And now let's enjoy the song together.
Sounds great. Thank you. Car-sick distractions, heated reactions. I don't think I started the fight. We're not hiding tears, our vision's unclear of who's in the wrong and the right. And day after day, they get further away, the memories of all of our nights. Inside jokes forgotten, and in trying to hold on, I think about you most of the time. Most of the time. Go days without talking, spend time out walking the streets and replaying our past, slipping on shoes from the days when I used to believe that our life would last. The pictures are vivid, but I wish I'd committed all those details that now I can't find. 'Cause once they get lost, souvenirs tossed, they're hard to dig out. Most of the time. Most of the time. Most of the time, I'm trying my best not to let you go. For some, hindsight's 20/20 vision, but not when you're wearing rose-tinted glasses. Even the ashes look like snow. Projecting old movies, late night smoothies, I've all but forgotten the taste. If we can't remember it, then nobody will, and it'll just get thrown in the waste. And one by one, they'll all just become blurry portraits in the back of our minds. That's why I can't stop. They have to stay on top, so I relive them with concentration most of the time. Most of the time. Most of the time. Most of the time.